So hi there guys, this is Andy. He's one of the grade 8 students here at Lancaster Drive Public School. And as you can tell, he's a rock and roll hero among our students here. Andy, what kind of music do you play?
Rock
And rock and blues. Who's your favorite artist?
Jack White.
Jack White. Okay, so this guy's cool. So whatever this guy says is probably the way the rule goes. Okay, so we're going to just talk a little bit. I'm going to ask Andy some questions, and he'll do his best to answer them. So don't get nervous. There's 350 teacher candidates at the other side of that camera.
All right.
You cool with that?
It's all good.
Okay. He's been on stage like with every single band there is. I saw him once smash his guitar. Was it a Gibson?
It's Gibson.
Gibson. Smash his guitar just because he wanted to be so dedicated to his fans. So that's the type of student I love. So, Andy, what makes Lancaster such a great school?
It's always just something new every day. It's always something fun. The teachers are always really engaging towards the students. It's never like a dreaded thing to come to the school. It's always more of like a fun experience every day, which makes it just a good school to come to and learn at.
That's good. Now, how long have you been at Lancaster?
Since my senior kindergarten.
Awesome. So you are a Lancasterite.
Yeah.
Through and through.
Yes.
Now you're going to be leaving this year.
Yes.
Which we're very sad about. Andy and a huge group of the grade 8s this year help us a lot in grade to run the school. So what are you going to miss most about Lancaster?
Probably the people at Lancaster, like the teachers and the students is what I'll miss most.
That's cool. That's a good thing to be able to miss. I have a question. The teacher candidates who are watching this, they're going to be going out into the scary world of first year teaching. And so I wanted to ask some people, what advice would you give to a new teacher? Starting out brand new, they arrive in September, they've got all of these eyes looking at them, some of them scary eyes, some of them googly eyes, some of them just glassy eyes. So what do you say to the teacher candidate to help calm them down and understand what a student is looking for?
Well, what I look for in teachers is like somebody who is always like positive, always has a positive attitude towards the students, and always well prepared, which is something you want to be for teachers. So always just keep a positive attitude towards the students, no matter like the situation. Always just try and stay positive with everything, because it just makes it more.
Awesome. What about, here's another question, what would you, if you're going into grade 9,
Yeah.
so again, new teacher for you, what would you want your teacher to know about you so that they could get to know you? What would you want them to know?
I'd probably want them to know a bit about like what my personality is like, and then my interests. So I'd probably want them to know how much I enjoy like music and stuff. It's like one of my big passions. I want them to know that, and I want them to know my personality a little bit, so it's not like so unexpected when I do things.
How does that help a teacher to know more about you, know that you love music, know that you're an insane guitarist, know that you have so many different passions? How does that help a teacher?
It helps them interact more with the students. It doesn't feel like such a teacher-student thing where it's just like, I'm your teacher, you're my student, that's all I know. You want to know more about them so you can have more of like a connection, I guess, so it's easier and more like engaging for the learner.
Awesome. Awesome advice. Watch this guy. You'll see him on MTV sooner than later. Awesome students. All of our students are incredible. Our environment here is rich with friendship, with knowledge, and just experience. And I think that's what a lot of the grade 8s go away with, is the fact that this was a cool place to hang out for 8 or 9 years. And they are going to miss it. And the teachers the same way. When we have to move on, we miss it as well. It's a unique situation, but this situation can be created anywhere with a little bit of effort, a little bit of teamwork, and a lot of compassion. So I will talk to you guys. No, I probably won't talk to you later. You're going to be off doing your own thing. But thanks so much for inviting me. Thanks again, Andy and Matt. See you later. That's a thumbs up. So see you later. Wait, thanks. I am with Dawn Cunningham today, and she is a parent of one of the students in our school. And Dawn, I wanted to ask you, because these are teacher candidates that are going to be going out into the scary world of teaching, and they want to know, how do you make a good connection with parents? And I just wanted to get your ideas on that, please.
Okay. I found the best teachers to work with who build a really good connection are those that can strike a really nice balance between two difficult positions. On the one hand, they are able to come to me and say, these are the problems I've noticed with your child in the classroom, and these are the things we would like to address. And then they're able to listen to me and the problems that we have, perhaps at home or elsewhere, and be able to say, okay, I hear what you have to say. And let's build up a communication on a regular basis in order to address those issues. So we might have phone calls every couple weeks, or we might do agenda notes back and forth on a regular basis. But they're able to balance that with the other end of the spectrum that can really be detrimental, and that they don't inundate us with all of the details that can really begin to drag things down. I've had teachers send me home notes telling me how many times my son sneezed without using a Kleenex today, or how many times he wasn't looking in the direction they wanted him to. And it not only destroys my confidence in the teacher being able to handle the classroom and handle our relationship, but also watch my son deteriorate because there's so much communication, and every little thing that he has done will come back to me, and he becomes fearful of taking risks, and that's a big issue. So the teachers who can be open and listen, but at the same time not let us get inundated with detail, I find are the ones who build the best relationship.
Awesome. Now, I must say, Dawn, that having your son as a student in previous years, I know it's definitely a two-way street where it's just wonderful to find parents like you that want to invest the time in their students. And that's not always the case, where they might not have the time, or they might just be too busy. So it's wonderful to find parents like you that do want to invest that time, and it definitely is a rewarding system for both the parent, the teacher, and the student.
Thank you.
So,
you've been great to work with too.
Hey, thank you so much. So we're sitting here with Peggy Brown, and I met Peggy a while back. Peggy, you were at Wellborn when I met you. And so you've done vice principal in a lot of different schools.
Yes.
And so you've seen a lot of different situations.
Gray hair.
Gray hair, that's right. I wasn't going to mention that. You've been in a lot of different schools and
Yes.
seen a lot of different school climates.
Yes.
Probably
I
some great, some areas that could be improved on. And one of the questions that I always get asked is, why is Lancaster such a great place to work? And I've worked in a few schools as well, and they are what you make of them in a lot of situations. But there are certain ones that just sort of seem to have that synergism, that everybody is working on all cylinders, and everybody's committed to the team, and it's fun to go to work. And Lancaster is definitely one of those places.
Absolutely, Lancaster is one of those places. That's why it was so hard to retire from here, and I come back to fill in. I think one of the biggest reasons is that the staff all have a common goal, that they put children first and children's needs first in all their decisions that they make. As a staff, the people respect each other, they respect each other's strengths, and they respect each other's individuality, which is really important. I think the staff models that for students, and they model the respect in teacher communication and in the way teachers collaborate. And so students get that really good example all the time. It's a staff that is willing to learn and try new things. And so they do that together. And so that brings in that collaborative piece, whether it's a more formal situation like a collaborative inquiry, or more of a fun thing that they learn. People are comfortable to do that together. They also are a staff that will put themselves out there. So they're willing to participate, they speak up, but they also listen to each other's ideas. And finally, they're a staff who loves to have fun and really enjoys coming to work every day. And the students feel that, the parents feel that, and it makes it a great place to work at Lancaster.
I agree, and it is that feeling that transcends right from the top down.
Absolutely.
Because
I've worked in a school that was very opposite to that.
Yeah, and I think you're always going to find those schools.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just in life, like in life, you're going to find situations where not everybody works together perfectly. But it's the effort and the common goal, as you said, that it's for the students.
Yeah, and everybody has a piece
Yeah.
in making the staff and the school what it is.
100%. I just want to shout out to principals as well, the importance of principals. I mean, I worked with you in a couple different situations. I've had several different principals, and it is really lead by example when a principal has that attitude as well, of the fact that committed and supportive and all those things. It just makes teaching so much nicer. That we know we're supported by administration, and it's not administration versus teachers.
We're a team.
It's a team.
That's right. And our job as administrators is to make you teachers who are working on the front line day after day look really good, and that's what we're here to do.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks so much. Now I'm going to turn the camera off for a sec. Now, just between you and I, what about Kathy Carson? There's something.
Aaron West. I've worked with both.
You've worked with both. I haven't had a chance to work with Aaron yet.
Aaron did his first LTO the first year I was a principal.
Wow.
There you go.
So I won't pick on Aaron, but just between off the record, like there's something different about Kathy Carson.
She's awesome.
Is it-
She has
well,
so much
I don't know.
energy. She just is.
She's like one of those family members, you know, that you all belong to the same tree, the same family tree, but she's that nut that just sort of falls off to the side. And I'm still trying to work on that with her.
Now remember, I talked about mutual respect.
Mutual respect. I love that lady.
Did you take that pill and swallow it?
Thank you very much, Peggy.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much for watching the video tonight. I wish I could have been there in person. I would have loved to have answered some of your questions. You've got some wonderful teachers that are there tonight to do that for you. Very serious topic. It's so important that you make these connections. Make the connections, invest the time in your students, invest the time in meeting and connecting with the parents, and especially invest the time with your colleagues to form those relationships. You're going to be working with them side by side, and it's important that you get to know them, all three of those groups. I'm going to try to leave you with a sort of montage of student responses to what they want to see in a teacher. And I hope this has helped. I hope this has shedded some light on what are some areas you can work on with regards to connections. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you someday. And Kathy, thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to do this. Talk to you later. Sorry, 2 thumbs up according to Andy. Bye-bye. So you've got one sentence to give advice to future teacher candidates. What advice would you give to a new teacher about how to be a great teacher? Look at all the hands. More advice than you could even think about. So I'm just going to go, we're going to go round robin here. So we're just going to go across the back and then down. So we're going to start with Connor.
So what you need to do is you need to be more like Mr. C.
Oh. Paid advertisement. That was cool. Connor, thank you.
You need to be energetic and be interactive because that makes kids pay more attention.
Nice. Next one coming around. Who had their hand up? Let's just go right across. Mitchell, say it nice and loud.
Well, include everyone, so make sure everyone's involved in the conversation.
Love it. Jackson.
Care about the students.
They're like nice and give you a smile. Yeah. They introduce you to the classroom and they introduce you to them and they basically show you around a bit. Someone in gym that makes kind of the teams fair, like in dodgeball, so it's kind of equal game.
Sophia.
I like how my teacher
lets us pick topics and not just the teacher picking topics.
Kylie?
A teacher that gives partner work sometimes.
Yeah. Shoaib?
A teacher who comes to you when you're needing help. Kind, polite.
Minraj?
The ideal teacher would be, she would make fun activities, but she would also get her job done fast so you can move on and learn other things.
To be respectful and helping each other or students out when they're having difficulties.
They have to be compassionate towards you and treat you fairly.
What should a teacher not do? And because they're trying to make good impressions and they want you to feel comfortable. So what should they not do?
Yeah, Matthew?
A teacher never is mean and never rushes people.
Luke?
A teacher never favoritizes any students.
Sina?
They never hurt you or scream in your face really, really loudly.
Being really, really strict on the first day.
Josh?
Swatting a kid in the head.
Yes, Kylie?
Sending someone to the principal's office. Unless it was necessary.
Sophia?
Being really boring.
Be harshing over the students or being constantly testing them with unreasonable standards. Not being hard on them even if they're having a hard time at home or even with friends, not getting mad at them if they can't concentrate on their work because that's distracting them.
Don't try to embarrass them because nobody likes when people do that. And
Sort of not try to force them, but to help them out through step by step instead of just rushing them to do everything.